I'm going to tie a jig, same colours as the barred neon one that we've tied on a hook before. This time we're using a Berkeley power jig, and this has actually got a fluorescent yellow underneath and fluorescent orange top to the jig, and I think this is 14 grams, but that should give you plenty of weight that someone can cast a pike fly with a spinning rod. So the moulded lead on it here, you might be able to see, has a couple of ridges, and these sort of troughs make it actually quite handy for tying flies on. I suppose ideally originally they're meant for keeping like a rubber shad or something, and then when that pushes through it gives it like a little lip to hold on to, but for our purposes it gives somewhere that you can bind on your fly tying materials. So we'll put on our thread, and then I'm going to take a bit of this, which is pearl crystal here, take out a bunch, I don't know, 6 or 7 strands or so. Tie it in, as you can see it's going to come back there, and fold it back, not quite across the middle, so that it gives you a little bit of taper. As with all pike fly tying, I like to get a bit of glue in as we're going, because pike got sharp teeth. So next we're going to take a bunch of a neon yellow fibre, like predator type fibre. So I've just cut a lump off that. You can see it's fairly block ended. So grab the tips and pull bunches out, and then as you're slapping it back down, you're catching it at slightly different levels each time. So some catching here, some catching there. I'll also do that across my knee, but you can't see that. So doing this just means that I'm misaligning the tips, and I'll then end up with a sort of a taper, and same out this end. So now we're going to tie that on, but we're going to tie it maybe 2/3 or so along its length. Again, if you tie it straight across the middle, whenever you fold this back it'll be the same length as that, whereas this way, because it's slightly shorter out the front, when I fold that back it will accentuate the taper that I've created to the tail. Just check that that has gone the whole way around. I'm going to take and super glue the thread and wrap over this bunch that are tie-in point that I've made here. Then I'll just flare all that out and fold it back. So I've just flipped that back on itself. Depends how bulky you want your fly, but you can pull that way down tight and then add your glue to it, or you can leave it sitting out like that, and then whenever you take your glue and glue around the front of that, it will set these fibres in whatever bend you have that set to. So say if you want a more streamlined fly, pull that back. If you want it more bulky, allow it to sit out at sort of 90 degrees, and then it'll sort of fold back whenever the water hits it. So that has essentially made ourselves sort of like our bait fish shape. So we're going to add an orange head to this. So I'm just going to move on to my front section here, and for the head I'm going to use this, which is a fluorescent orange sort of foxtail. take a bunch of that. And if I sort of fold it out to make it like flattish, because what I want to do is to get that to envelop again the whole way around the shank, put on a loose wrap and then tighten it up. And you'll get a little bit of a rough here of the cut-off ends, but that's actually going to support your head, give you a little bit more bulk in the head as well. So you just stroke all of those fibers back. Put on a few wraps in front of it. And again, hold that back and just run a bead of super glue the whole way around that. Same idea, it'll hold the shape of our head. Then I'm going to move forward and repeat the process with another bunch. Now, you don't have to use Arctic Fox here. You could use craft fur or something similar if you want to. So same again, allow our bunch to wrap around, loose wrap over, and then tighten it down. Just check it that it's sort of splayed the whole way around. This time I'm going to wrap that tight up behind our head. And then finish that off. Now, we take a brush and brush out the fox. So now when we take our super glue, those fibers will be nice and straight. Just run the glue around. Now, you notice I was using a white thread there. Now you could have coloured that in with a marker or something like that, or what you can do is take an orange tie-in thread, or in this case this is a Glow Bright, and put that on there. And then we already have super glue there, so we can just wrap that on to cover up our head. You could use green if you want, I suppose. Now I've run super glue onto my tie-in thread. As I wrap that on there, it should set that head in place. 1/2 inch to hold it. And pull it off. So, because it's a jig, it's going to actually fish that way up. So if you want to colour your fly, you need to colour it in this way. So I'm going to put bars on that there. So I'm going to take my black Pro Marker pen and holding the tail tight backwards, I'm going to on a bar. Now you just need to make sure, if you want, well, it depends how dense you want the bar, but you need to turn it over and sort of work it into the center of the fly, and make sure that you get a good dense bar at the back of the fly. Top end here, I suppose, is where we're looking at it. number of bars, it's up to yourself. Whatever you think looks right. The more you try and put on, you'll lose sort of definition in them. You'll just get sort of like a grizzled appearance to it if you try and put them too close, because these fibres will move slightly past each other whenever the fly is fishing, and so you'll lose a bit of definition to that. So that is the fly tied. I'll flip it up so that you can see what way it's going to look whenever it's fished. And all that remains now, I suppose, is to put eyes onto that. So put it back in the vise. Then we take, this is what I put them on with. This is Evo Stick Serious Glue. This one we will put on one of these sort of green and yellow eyes. So I'm going to put on a good splodge of glue onto the back of that, and then just push that onto the side of our fly, and then repeat the process. On the other side, just check them for distance, push that in. What I like to do is wet my finger, because this glue allows you a little bit of working time. I like to just push the lip of the glue back onto the eye, because it may not make it look perfectly. If you wanted just to see the eye, all you do is put a little bit of dab of glue on the back of it, and then you'd never see it. But these are printed on foil and they can come apart, so I just think it's more secure if you just do that, and I don't think the pike mind. So that, we turn it upside down, is our barred neon jig. I suppose that's probably about 8 inches or so on fly, and now you'll be able to cast that.